Hey guys, my name is Polina, and in this video I would like to share with you 10 shortcuts and tricks in Premiere that changed my life. So, during my whole career as a video editor, I always tried to reduce the time that I spent on the project, because basically the more productive you are, the more money you can earn. So let's start with the first one, and the first one is ripple delete. So when you use it, so basically if you're a beginner and you have this empty space in between the clips and you need to get rid of it, you will simply move the clips, so like that. But it definitely takes some time and it's not really convenient. You could see it already now, right? But what you can do instead is just select, like right click on this empty space here and just press ripple delete. And as you can see, in 2 clicks, you can see it already that it's just faster and more convenient. So yeah, this is just a very simple thing, but it really makes a significant impact. And to test this theory, let's make an experiment. In almost every trick that I will show you today, I will make an experiment in the end just to test how much time you actually save. And there is one thing that I forgot to mention. So in this sequence that I showed you, like here, is just one track, right? But then you can have a situation when you have like something in other tracks, so you have something above the clips. And when you move it actually like this, it's just really not convenient because you need to find the place where it was exactly, and you spend much more time because you just do like that, and then you need to do it the second time, right? Or if you have like multiple tracks, you need to do it a lot of times. But if you do ripple delete, it just moves it for you, right? Let's make another experiment, another test to see how much time you actually save here. Okay, the second one is just my favorite thing. I think when I discovered it, it just significantly reduced the time that I spend on the projects, on making YouTube videos specifically. Watch out for this. As we already discovered in the first tip, that you do ripple delete instead of moving the clips, but for example here, if you have a YouTube video, for example, right, and you edited out some parts, and what you could do is, of course, you cut out the part and then you do ripple delete, then you do ripple delete, then you cut out, then you do ripple delete, and so you can do it along the way, but it's not that efficient, I think. Instead of this, you can use my favorite method. So watch out what you do. So basically, you just cut out the things that you want to remove from the project. You just cut out these things, blah, blah, blah. You just focus on that and you don't do anything with this empty space yet. And when you came to an end and you were like, okay, this is everything. So first you do here, like new item, HD bars and tone. Okay. Then you put it above the clips. Then I usually hold Alt and delete the audio because we don't need this in this case, and then we do like that all along the clips. Then use an Alt also, because if I don't use Alt I select everything, but I basically need just video clips, so hold Alt and do it like that, and then I continue holding Alt and press the arrow like up and then down. Now we have these clips above our video clips, and what we do is we select all of them, we right click, and then we do ripple delete here. Voila! As you can see, we have everything deleted just in basically a couple of clicks, and I think you can already see that it saves a lot of time. And I also wanted to mention, so for example, if I work on a project and I know that I want to put some things already when I just cut out the clips, this is just the method that I use when working on YouTube videos. If you're interested in how I usually edit the videos for my clients, you can see the video available in the description below, and this is just a part of this method. But for example, when you're editing and you already want to put some pictures, right, above some clips, so in this specific moment you just cut everything, but you also put some things. What you do is you just leave one track. You see here I have V2 track just empty, because you, in the end, when you're finished and you put everything, you cut out everything you wanted, you just put this HD bars and tone in this track, you see. So I always leave this empty track to have this HD bars and tone, to make it like this. You put it here, you see, as we did before, we select everything, we do right click and we do ripple delete. Ta-da! Everything is in its place, so you see how it works, right? So the third one is about removing attributes. So let's say that you have a sequence with just clips in one line, right? And for example, you decided to use a blur effect, so you just put a blur effect on the clip, and you decided to use, I don't know, some kind of mask like this, right? For example, so like this, and then you have a blurriness just like around this, right? You see, and you decided to use this effect on all the clips in the sequence. So you just copy it and you paste it, and now all the clips have this effect, right? But then you just look at it again and you see that you don't really like that. I want to delete this effect from everything. It was just a bad idea. What I would do when I was just a beginner, of course I would select each clip separately and just delete the effect like this, right? And you can imagine how much time it takes when you have a lot of clips in the sequence, right? It's just really inefficient, right? What you could do instead is select all the clips that have this effect that you want to delete. You right click on them, and then you go to remove attributes here. You see this blur effect is already selected, and we do okay, ta-da, in just like a couple of clicks, everything is deleted. So now let's do a test to see how much time we save with this trick. So the next one is pretty simple, but it just had a really big impact on my work, because at some point you really need this one to save your time. Take a look at this. For example, I assume that you know that these arrows that you have on your keyboard, right arrow and left arrow, they move you one frame forward and one frame back, right? So you just press them and you just move here, right? But what if you need to move like 10 frames forward? I mean, you just press this arrow like 10 times, and you need to keep this in mind. You need to calculate it, and imagine that you need to do it like a couple of times in the project. It's just really inefficient, and you spend really a lot of time on that. In which situations? For example, if you have like a transition that you want to apply here, usually presets for transitions work like this. So you need to have an adjustment layer, so we can create adjustment layer here. For example, you need to apply something on this clip on 10, 5, 20 frames from this clip, just as you want, depending on how smooth you want the transition to be, and on the next one. So you need to move like this. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you cut, and then you need to move in here and do the same, right? 10 frames and cut, and then you apply effect on this, and then you have adjustment layer. You also cut it and apply some effects on adjustment layer, and then you have a transition. So instead of doing this like this, right, what you can do, when you hold shift and press right arrow, it just moves exactly 5 frames to the right. And if you want 10, then you just double click, right? So you do it just in 2 clicks, and you cut and you go back, and then I hold shift and do the same to the left. And then when I need adjustment layer, I just select it, and instead of like dragging it into the timeline and cutting and then deleting like I did before, you can just go to the adjustment layer here, and as you know, you have like I and O for selecting the region. What you will do is you will just hold the shift and press right arrow 4 times, because basically you have 20 frames here, right? And then you will just press 1 arrow back, because this selection always selects like 1 extra frame. If you're an experienced video editor, you know what I mean. And then you press O and just drag it into the timeline. Voila! I think it saves some time, but let's test how much. Number 5 is not actually about saving your time, but it's just super convenient. So for example, you are editing the video. I was always editing like I had a small screen, and there's like a lot of things going on here. Like for example, here in this project, right? And you want to kind of like see more of the things that are going on here rather than what you're putting actually to the video. But then you want to take a look on what you actually created, right? And what I would do is I would just increase this in size and take a look and then back, and it's really not convenient, right? So what you can do instead is you can just select the playback here, like the window here, and you just press this key. And it just shows you, and you can just take a look at it, and it's just a very bad quality just because I selected it here. Yeah, you can just take a look at this like that and just go back and then go here, It's super nice, and you don't need to move anything, you just press one button. I think it should be by default in the program, but if you don't have it, I will quickly show you how to do it. So you go just here, edit, you go to keyboard shortcuts, and you just need to find full screen. Toggle full screen. And as you can see, I have this shortcut here. You can put anything else that you like, but yeah, this is just, I think, where it goes on default. And this is really nice trick. I hope you find it useful as well. The sixth one is pretty simple. We talked about ripple delete, right, which is a great thing. But yeah, ripple delete just moves it like in this direction, right? In the left direction, it just deletes everything. But what if you want to move, for example, here in between these clips, you want to put something else. You want to put a picture, let's say, or some other clip. You want to have empty space here, basically, right? But how would you do it? Of course, if I was a beginning video editor, I will select everything like this, and I would just move it, right? But it takes time, right? You can see it. But what you can do instead is you can just press A. It should be by default. And you have these arrows here. It just selects everything on the right and just move it. That's it. You can move it in this direction or in that direction. It just basically moves everything that is like on the right from these arrows. You see, like here. Yeah, it's super nice. And to move it in other direction, what you can do is you can just press Shift and A at the same time, and it's reversed, right? You can see that. Now it's selected everything on the left. So you see what I mean, right? And for example, if you have like multiple video tracks, like here you have multiple video tracks, it selects everything that's on the left. But for example, you want to move only the things that are on this track, on V3, right? What you would do is, let's go back to these arrows. You can just hold Shift, and then there's, you see, like one arrow, and then it selects everything that's on just one track. You can see it, right? And you just move it. Hop. Yay! Number 7. It's about enabling the clips to make notes for yourself in the project. I also talk about this in the video where I edit the video of my client, so you can also take a look at this one, but I will explain it like quickly here. So when I edit the video, especially a YouTube video, for example, I know that in some moments it will be nice to put B-rolls, so something above some stock videos and stuff, right? And when I edit just like the first time, when I do a raw editing, as you could see here, I would just cut out all the pauses or like ooms and stuff, and or some, you know, bad takes or whatever. And all along I would just, you can see it also here, you can see that some clips are like red, but some are like dark red. And what this means for me is that the places where I can see like dark red color, this is the place where I need to place stock videos, right? Where I need to put these B-rolls. And these light red clips are the places where just the talking head would be, right? So it's really convenient. I will just show you how you do it. Now let's go here. You made a cut, but then you decide that here you will put a B-roll. What you would do is just you hold Alt and you just select the clip, right click, and then you press enable, and it's just disabled right now. And as you can see, it just changes the color. It's a really nice trick because when you're finished working on the video and you have your stock videos, for example, in the project, you just know where you need to go, and you just remember, oh yeah, I wanted to put this video here, and just put it. I think it just saves really a lot of time. And yeah, at this point, guys, I want to tell you, if you like this video so far, please don't forget to like it, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell. On this video I talk a lot about filmmaking, freelancing and stuff, so if you're interested in these topics, please subscribe to my channel. I will be just happy to see you in the community that I'm trying to gather here. And number 8 is about color correction. So let's say you're working on a YouTube video. I usually do color correction in the end. What I did when I was just starting is I will just, for example, go in the color and I will do the color correction. Let's just do like a quick color correction like this, for example, right? Like let's make it blue. I don't know, just yeah, let's make it blue. Yeah, so you can see here in the effects panel, we have like lumetri color, we have this effect right now. And what I would do is I would just Ctrl+C, I would just copy it and I will just select all the clips. They show you the trick here, A, and then you need to hold Shift, and then it selects only things on this track. And I will just paste it, for example, and same in other direction. And yeah, and then you have it. And basically it works. It doesn't take a lot of time, but what's the problem with this is that if you give this video to the client and, for example, he doesn't like the correction. For example, my client Lynn, she would say like, why is this video so blue? Could you please change this for me? And now I'm faced with a huge problem because now I need to delete everything and do a new color correction. And what I was doing when I was just starting, I was just like, you know, selecting and deleting. And of course, yeah, you can imagine how much time does it take. You have like a lot of clips, but yeah, we can use this trick that I showed you. So right click and then we do remove attributes, and we, for example, remove this lumetri color, right? And make a new one and do the procedure again. Yeah, we can do that, but it actually takes some time, right? And we can save this time here. Watch out. So instead of like putting the color, lumetri color effect on every single clip in the sequence, what we can do is like we create this effect on one of the clips. So let's say we like it. We just select this effect. We do Ctrl+C, we copy it, and we go here. It's like master settings. So it's written here like source and the name of the clip, and you just paste it here. Now what will it do? You can see there's like a red line on all of the clips right now. It was applied to every single clip on this timeline because we only had like one video. It's all one video. It was just cut to a lot of clips. You see what I mean? And now if the client tells you, I don't like this color correction, could you please change it? What you would do is you just go here, you select it, you go to the color panel, and now you can see everything and you can change everything. For example, we can make it more orange, and it was affected all of the clips. You see? However, here I need to mention that it's not that good for every project. Let's see an example. So I showed you with this video here, and I mentioned that there is only like one video, well, one original video cut it to different clips. But in the project like this one, I have, let's see, let's reveal it in the project, reveal in project. Here clips, we have like 28 different videos. You can imagine that if we paste it to every clip, we need to do it like 28 times, right? Usually what I do, in this case, you just select everything, all the, like, holding Alt, because I also have some sounds and I don't want to move them. Everything, all the graphics that are above these clips, and you just move them like one track. You select adjustment layer and you put it, yeah, and you increase it in size so it's just above all the clips. And you just apply the color effect on this adjustment layer. So you can see that it just saves really a lot of time comparing to the method that I showed you before. In case if you have like a couple of videos, you do this method. But in case if you have like 2 or 1 video, the method with master settings is the best one. Now, number 9 also helps you to save a lot of time, because let's say that you have this clip and you have some effects. For example, here you have like keyframes and you have like zoom in effect, like short zoom in effect, right? So you have like this, and then you have a short zoom in, let's say, right? And then you see that you really want to increase the size of the image overall just a little bit. And if you were to do so with these keyframes, you would need to adjust everything. So for example, you want to increase it in size by, I don't know, 5. So let's say like this here, and then you need to go to another keyframe and also increase it by 5, so you have 133. And you can imagine how much time it takes when you have a lot of keyframes and a lot of effects. You need to basically adjust everything one by one, and it really takes a lot of time. What you can do instead, you go to effects, and here you search for the effect transform, and you just apply it here. And now you can just zoom it in a bit. For example, if you want to for 5, as I mentioned earlier, it was just increase in size a little bit as you want it, and you don't need to like adjust it a couple of times. You just do it once. And all the other effects with keyframes of like motion here, they are saved, and you don't need to worry about them. So that's a really, really nice trick. And when I discovered it for myself, it was just like a huge thing for me. And the last one, number 10, is about the speed, adjusting the speed of the videos. Of course, I think the most common method, if you're a beginner, what you do is you select the clip, right click, and then speed and duration, and you adjust it by percentage. For example, 2 times faster will be to 100%, and it's just adjusted. Or you can also, some people know, but majority I don't think so, you can choose the duration. For example, you want this clip to last like 9 seconds, and it just adjusts the speed automatically, right? It's a normal, like, nice method sometimes, but sometimes it's just a really bad idea because it takes too much time, and you can save this time, right? So for example, let's consider this case. So let's say you have like one clip here, then this one, and then you have another one clip here. You want this clip, which is like above them right now, you want it to last like exactly this long, and you want it to be sped up to this duration, right? So what you would do if we use this method that I mentioned earlier, you would just go speed duration, you'll think like, it will be probably like 5 times faster. So you do it like this, and you're like, no, not 5 times faster, maybe 6 times faster, and you do 600. Like, oh no, just a little bit more. Maybe 700 will be too much, right? Yeah, too much. Maybe 650. Like, oh shit, no. And you just, you see what I mean. And literally, if you're surprised right now, that's how I did before, and I'm sure that a lot of video editors do it like that. So instead of using this method, which is literally, you can see that it takes a lot of time and guesses, what you can do instead is just this simple thing. It's just, I love it. Yeah. When I discovered it, I was like, oh man, seriously? Like, where is my time like that I spent on using these guesses and calculations? So yeah, you press R, you go to the end of the clip, and you just drag it to the duration that you want. Ta-da! The speed is adjusted to like 688.57, so to exactly match this region, you see? So it's super nice trick. I use it not only in this situation when I need like some specific duration of the clip. I use it sometimes like just not to spend time on clicking, right click, speed and duration and stuff. I can just select it and adjust the speed. So it's a really nice tool. I really recommend you using it. That was it for today, guys. I shared 10 tips with you that literally changed my life and my work. I hope you found some of them valuable, or maybe all of them were really helpful. So please let me know in the comment section below which one is your favorite, which one will you use it. Maybe you will use something already today. I would like to know your opinions. If you're new to this channel and if you like this video, consider subscribing to my channel. So yeah, I hope to see you next time, and I hope to hear your opinion in the comment section. But for now, thank you for watching, and пока-пока.